you guys are sitting around in a very well-appointed room. There's a smell of wood varnish. You guys are in those big over-padded chairs with the weight back and such. And you're all sitting around with small glasses of brandy. There's cigars nearby, lighters and such. It looks like it's kind of a 19th century elegant thing. And the butler is standing nearby. He has a otter head. You three know instinctively that each of you guys is buddies with the other two. There's a new guy that you don't recognize, and you know that he's your buddy, but you just the name's on the tip of your brain, but you just can't quite get it. And you guys are all dressed up like fancy cowboy days type clothes, like man about town, as opposed to gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the animal-headed guy has a silver tray that he's holding in front of Joshua McKay. It seems to have a calling card upon it.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good, sir.
I shall look at the
Joshua?
calling card. Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
What's up, homeboy?
How are you, Thomas?
That's weird as shit.
Yes, I don't think you actually seen me since I've I look like half me, half what's his name? Obed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Obed.
Yes.
And you, I know you from somewhere. I just can't. What's your name? I don't know if I misplayed. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No problem. It's Colburn Maddox.
Colburn.
It's a good
Nice to meet you, sir.
name, actually.
What do the other people in the room look like?
Right, Bargain Man, please describe yourself.
So let me pull up my paper here.
Except we're wearing country outfits.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Tom is the. Good.
I was gonna say like the old Sherlock Holmes thing on TV, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, more like East US as opposed to West US.
So Tom, he's like 30 years old. He's 6 foot, medium build, kind of like the outdoorsman kind of dude. But right now I'm wearing cowboy gear. Always has like a 5 o'clock shadow. Scruffy looking like kind of dude.
It looks like a scruffy looking dude who's been put into very fine clothing recently.
Yes.
Got it.
He's basically a Pennsylvania outdoorsman, mountain kind of guy.
All right. That I can deal with.
Joshua, well, that's an interesting question because I can't recall exactly what Obed looked like.
Just like doo-doo-doo, and go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well,
Not like Jesus Christ, close, but not like.
It's a mix between that and old-fashioned Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Like
thin, black hair, grey eyes, thin lips, no hawk-like nose. Well, that's how he should look, but there's other features mixed in with that. His face, I think, is a bit rounder from memory of Obed. Sometimes he looks a bit slack-jawed.
Sure. All right.
Oh yeah, that's some good shit there. Yeah, he looks like the unholy offspring between an aristocrat and somebody who was a little slow. The guy who was not picked for his wit at all.
Got it.
The butler says, "Sir."
Yes, I'll look at the calling card.
It says Baronet Godfrey Summers, Sommers.
Okay. Baronet Summers. Beautiful.
Sir, he is
What's the name of that person?
what?
What's the name of the person? I'm just taking notes.
Baronet Godfrey Summers.
He has requested you and your companions to meet him in the Strangers' Room at the exclusive Wyndham Private Members Club on a matter of some urgency, sir, says the butler.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good, sir.
We shall be there. Of course, we shall be there shortly.
I'll arrange your carriage, sir.
Thank you.
Colburn, by the way, my name's Tommy. They call me Tom. I'm friend of the Royals, bargain man, known as many things.
Tom, and our other associate here?
I am Joshua McKay.
Joshua.
So,
The great
Colburn,
Joshua
is this... Colburn, is this all very strange to you, or have you been sliding previously?
Oh no, I have a very good grip on what's been going on here. I am well aware that this is a very, very lucid coma I'm in.
Right.
Tommy rubs his beard. I got one question for you, Colburn.
Yeah.
Do you like dwarves?
Well, from my time, there was no particular hatred of people who were short of stature.
Yeah.
So, what
Okay.
time period are you from? What time period are you from?
Oh, 2000s
Okay.
Earth, no Smurfs.
No Smurfs. Good. I see.
And no
So,
dwarfs.
are you familiar with Burlington then?
Was it a really happy place?
Yes. Happy
Maybe?
Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday!
Every day's Friday there.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
I'm not ringing a bell on that one. This
Okay.
was a different happy place, I think.
Okay. We're just trying to ascertain, as I said, if this is your first rodeo as such, or you've been.
I've got just one question for TJ. Is this the guy who jarted into somebody else?
Oh yeah.
Fucking A. All right. That was my favorite scene with this guy. Anyway.
All right. So, yes. So, the village and jumping off the tower and impacting somebody on top of the head. Yes. I've listened to that. Yes.
That was a fucking amazing scene. Right. The butler comes back in. Your carriage is ready when you are, sir.
Thank you.
He
All right.
draws.
So Colburn, all right. So if you've been to a couple of places previously, I don't know who your traveling companions were at the time, or if you can recall.
Nah, I was hanging out with one guy and haven't seen him in a long time.
Okay. No worries. So yeah, so there's multiple. It's a multiverse, multiple worlds that we can travel to.
Sure.
This is 19th century. It's different to the Earth you're probably used to. On the Earth you came from, do you recall if you had a Europe?
We definitely didn't have those. I point over at the guy with the animal head.
Yes. But did you have? Do you recall if there was a continent by the name of Europe or a continent by the name of Australia there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What I would like to call the real world.
Yes. So this world is the actual continents are a bit different to what you're familiar with, and in fact, even though we're on the equivalent of North America, the shape of it is slightly different.
I see.
Yeah. So we're in a town called San Angeles that's been colonized by the beastkin from Genovia, which is where Europe is equivalent to where Europe is.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right. All right, let's go.
You guys go out. There's a handsome cab.
Oh, sorry, Logan. One quick little detail. My guy does have what appears to be pretty vicious burns on the left side of his face.
Is that something you started with?
Oh yeah, old scars.
Great, no problem. Oh, by the way, as far as gear and such, TJ, right now you've just got this nifty outfit.
Perfect.
All right. So since we're here, we're just going to make a very short detour, and I'll get you a communication bracelet, and make sure it's encrypted.
Communication bracelet.
All right. So basically,
that's good stuff right there.
Give you access to a bulletin board and a wiki that we've been using to store information about different places.
Communication.
It looks like a silver bracelet, but it's actually fairly high tech.
Yes.
And you can communicate with it. You just got to be careful who sees you do it in case they freak out.
Now you've given me this. Would you care to give me any instruction on how to use this?
Yes, I will do so when we're in the garage.
Got it. I look down at the strange alien device. Sure, this will work.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all squeeze into the handsome cab and whatnot. Holmes wraps. Do you use a walking stick, Holmes, or no? They're fashionable, but
yeah, I think I was, especially after the incident with my feet.
Yes. Holmes wraps the top of the carriage, and you guys set off through the streets. You don't get a great view of what's going on because Holmes is busy showing you how to use the communications bracelet. Quick note, out of game allows you access to the in-game boards, as well as in-game you can communicate with other PCs, whether through voice. It's like the assholes who talk on their phone like it's a walkie-talkie.
Got it.
Okay, so I've added your user ID to the hidden section of the boards now, Tim.
That was quick. So yeah, you've got all that stuff, but wait on the boards until after the game or whatever, because it's not needed for right yet.
No. So basically, under the general board section of the old HC boards, there's a new section that you'll see called Interrealm Bulletin Board, and that's basically the bracelet allows you to access that.
Eventually, the hansom pulls up outside of the town is pretty good size. I mean, I'm not saying it's like London, but it's pretty good size. It pulls up outside of the Wyndham Private Members Club. You guys are shown into the strangers room, which give me etiquette rolls.
And then aside from the burn on my guy, he kind of looks like, if anyone's seen the Chernobyl show, one of the miners.
Okay. I've not actually watched it yet. What are we doing? Etiquette.
All right, let's see. I don't need that anymore.
Yep.
Okay, 2 people have made their etiquettes. Dave made it well enough that I will not trouble him for any more etiquette rolls during this scene.
Etiquette, there we go. Yeah.
You're at some fancy club. Who cares? Anyway, they take you into it, and it looks a lot like the room that you left, except it's larger, and you're the only people in there. The guy who led you in, who has like a aardvark head, he says, "Please, gentlemen, avail yourselves of brandy, cigars, or whatever you prefer to drink. You will be presently joined by your host."
Thank you. I will hand. Is this a butler?
You're not really sure of his status. You think he might just be one of the people who works here.
Yeah, just in regards to handing over the hat, gloves, and the walking stick. he's the person to hand him over to if we do that at the door as we come in.
Yes. Oddly, they aren't taking your stuff. This tells you with your successful etiquette roll earlier that they're not expecting you to be around long.
Mm-hmm.
But he withdraws, which is also a bit unusual because it normally you're always attended to in places like this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do in here?
I shall light up my pipe.
Is there any kind of music going on? What we got?
Nothing. There's cigars, drinks of various kinds, stuff like that.
Other people? Or just by
No.
ourselves?
It's a private room, I'm assuming.
I'll order some food.
There's
Wait.
nobody around to order
Nope. I look around, realize I have no money.
from.
Josh McKay has money.
So the funds of the embassy are quite stretched at the moment due to the refugees, the several hundred refugees that are currently staying there.
Refugees
Yes,
from
from another realm.
the Spanish thing still going on?
Sorry?
The Spanish, the Mexicans coming to the southern border. That's an issue here too.
Oh, okay. No. These are actually from another world, basically.
Okay. Sure. Right.
Most people here don't travel between worlds. This is a group of people that can travel between worlds due to circumstances that'll take way too long to go into.
Sure.
They're basically from a world that we refer
There's
to
no wall spelled out here.
as MMO land.
Yeah.
They were the first generation people. That their children who basically grow up like within a month to adulthood didn't like the fact that these guys are immortal.
Have you visited the barbershop?
Yes, exactly. We should make sure. You're probably not familiar with the barbershop.
Okay.
Depending on where you've been, I suspect. If you've been, for example, to Burlington, sounds like you're familiar with the Smurf City.
The door opens and two very distinguished looking people come in. One of them has got a leopard head and he's dressed very well. The other guy is dressed less well, and the guy with the leopard head looks very dour. He has sharp, flinty eyes. His breathing is somewhat raspy, and he's using a walking stick that's clearly not just for show. The other guy who's with...
I stand up.
Take a card. Does anybody else want to stand up, or do you just kind of slump in your seats and bargain man goes up? And your new companion just looks at him like, what? The other guy that's with him is wearing like little half moon glasses. He has a hedgehog head, and he is very colorless, nearly nondescript. The leopard-headed or the nondescript guy says, may I please have the pleasure of introducing Baronet Godfrey Summers, he says, indicating the leopard-headed man.
Oh, shit, Baron. Now I'll stand up.
The Baron comes over and he says, which one of you is the ambassador?
I am, sir.
It is quite a pleasure to meet you, Mr. McKay. Word of your exploits has reached me.
I'm a peer of the realm here as well, by the way, Logan, don't forget.
Yes. He says, I very much appreciate this. I have heard, please sit, please, gentlemen. He nods to you guys. Let us take seats. Mr. Clarence, could you see to the drinks? Very good, sir. Clarence makes sure everybody has drinks and such, and he says,
sandwiches?
Mr. Clarence says, I'll see what I can find. He goes out. There's a pause as the Baronet just looks at you like,
that's a good idea.
Very good. I I realize your position, Ambassador McKay, is a unique one, but I have been told that you're a man of discretion, as are the other emotions to these two guys, Australians. And
Yes.
I am in need of men of discretion on a extremely personal matter that perhaps you could be of assistance with, because I have come to understand from my grandson's tutors are quite a man of action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mr. Clarence comes back in, leading somebody else who's carrying a plate of cold sandwiches and such, who sets them down and departs.
Thank you, sir.
Begin devouring sandwiches.
All right.
I don't know how often I eat. It's been a while. Might not do again for a while.
True.
This looks like normal food, right?
Yes. It's not a familiar meat that's in them, but it's quite tasty.
Okay.
This ain't quite as good as the sandwich as the Royals had, but it'll do.
The baronet ignores the other two people and concentrates on.
You made your etiquette roll, though, John.
He says,
Yes.
He says,
please continue.
I need your word as a gentleman that what will be spoken of here will be kept in the strictest confidence.
You have my word.
And your will
we will be
companions as well.
Yes, we will be discreet. And
very good.
Whatever is spoken in this room will not leave here.
We're good.
He looks at Mr. Clarence, who then conducts the briefing as the old leopard-headed man leans back with a sigh. Mr. Clarence says, "Gentlemen, as you may have heard, Arthur Summers has recently disappeared under suspicious circumstances some 8 days ago. Recently, he had become estranged from his father," he motions toward the baronet, "and disquieting rumors reached our ears that he had been keeping company with some undesirable characters in the arcology. What you may not have heard is that there appears to be some form of altercation in Arthur's apartments the night he vanished, and that in the weeks prior to this event, his communications with myself and his father were infrequent. We feared that he had perhaps gotten himself into difficulties, so we took steps to keep the matter out of the newspapers and minimize the possibility of guard involvement. Avoiding scandal, as you can imagine, has been at the center of our concerns, both for Arthur and the Summers name. 4 days ago, however, matters sadly took a darker turn when we received what appears to be a blackmail letter of some kind, making dark hints as to Arthur's fate and enclosing a key to his apartment as proof. As a result, we pursued other methods of inquiry that were open to us, but unfortunately, we are not investigators, and we have drawn a blank upon this. He hands you guys a letter. If you don't mind reading it aloud, Holmes.
Yes, I was just enlarging it so I could read it properly. Sir, I know where your son is and the terrible scandal and danger into which he has fallen. Only I can help you find him and save your name and fortune. Only what I can tell you can save his life. For proof, find enclosed his apartment key, which he entrusted to me in good faith. Send your agent to meet me with the sum of £1,000 in notes in a carpet bag to Hobbs End Station, and wait on the platform tomorrow after the 5 p.m. train has departed, and I will make myself known to him and provide him with all you need to know. Your son's life hangs in the balance. Your friend."
Should be 1,000 gold coins, or $1,020 gold coins. Sorry,
yes.
I forgot to correct that.
So you received this note 4 days ago. It says to wait on the platform tomorrow, which would have been 3 days ago. Did you do so?
Indeed, we did, or I did rather. Who says the guy that you're guessing may have been a lawyer? Hold on, I'm going to switch back to the air page, so in case you guys need to do stuff with cards or whatever.
Would I be able to? I don't know with this evidence analysis. Would I be able to? I guess I don't have anything for fingerprinting, right? See if you got something to go on.
Not yet, but the guy seems to be continuing his briefing. He says, left with no option in the matter, was determined to pay the blackmailer for news of Arthur's whereabouts to keep this villain silent. I traveled on the baronet's behalf to the rendezvous, as indicated in the note. However, I was approached by no one for the money that I had brought. Since then, there has been no further contact from the man, nor has there been any sign of Arthur. Frankly, we are at a loss. Will you aid us in this?
Certainly.
The baronet perks up. Very good. The
Absolutely.
baronet begins to stand. It seems to be a process for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing up. Yep.
Yes, I will stand.
I'll stand up as well.
All right. He extends his hand toward Holmes.
Fail an empathy roll on the guy talking about him being on the platform.
Mm-hmm. No problem. He shakes Holmes's hand and he says, "Thank you. I will leave Mr. Clarence to continue the briefing, but thank you for aiding me in this."
Certainly. We will do what we can to try and locate your son.
And divert the scandal.
Of course.
He'll be returned.
Your consideration in this will be remembered. He slowly limps out. Mr. Clarence goes and opens the door and waits and then closes it behind him. Mr. Clarence says, let me give you some things, and then I will answer any questions that you have. The hedgehog-headed lawyer provides you guys he gives to McKay. He's pretty much ignoring me. You guys are like, these are so good. I may never eat again. Food. He provides McKay the key for Arthur's apartment with the address because he's a nice person, as well as 2 introductory letters from Clarence Strobridge and Sons. He also gives Holmes 8 gold coins for expenses. He says that your daily remuneration for expenses and whatever will be a total of 15 gold pieces per day, plus reasonable expenses. These are $20 gold coins, just FYI. So, or actually, it will be in bills, so it should be $300 a day. I just put it in gold so that I could calculate it. 300.
Yeah, they did actually operate. These were gold. Beastkin was gold coin.
Was it?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's what you're getting. But give me. Do you guys have any kind of lore skills involving nobility and such here? If you don't, try a learn roll, and you may pick up a new skill.
Yeah, don't.
What are we looking for?
For you, probably a learn roll.
I'm sorry.
Or just hit new skill.
Okay.
Nope.
I didn't catch what we were trying to roll for.
Hit new skill.
Or any skill at that point should work, right?
Nobility of this land, law of, as in LORE, in relation to the nobility, the peerage of this land.
So it would be a learn roll then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that now?
Yeah, anything you don't have a percentage in is a good way to just kind of knock one out quick.
Nope.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Joshua, what's the address in case we're not together in the future that I can have for mental note?
You would have heard it the same as I did.
Yeah, you've all got the address and stuff.
What is
Okay.
going on here?
He verbalized it, not just put it on
So
a piece of
hit the
paper.
skill.
And then you
Multiplayer.
don't forget to
Modifier.
click OK after that. We haven't gotten that fixed yet.
So which skill are you trying to use, Tim?
Any. Okay, so the bottom right corner of my screen, the chat input, I've
Yes.
got my cursor flashing down there.
Yes.
Go over to, let's say, linguistics. Absolutely
Yes.
none in there should be at learned. Click the key, it says multiplayer 1.
Yep.
Submit.
Multiplier 1.
Modifier
yep.
0. Submit.
Well, yeah, I'm not seeing anything appear.
No. You were trying to roll linguistics. Oh, yeah, there's linguistics. I'll just try something just to make sure it's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that works. So it's not Roll20 itself.
I fumbled being near computers again.
Try a different skill. Just see what happens.
Let's go heavy weapons. Yeah.
And the submit boxes come up, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're getting that prompt. On your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
at the top left corner, does it have your character name?
Yep. Timmer.
If you double click on that, that should narrow your character sheet down. Is there a pop-up box underneath it or something?
Christ, it just turned into a little tiny white bar.
That's right. And you can double click on that to expand it again.
All right.
But there wasn't underneath it, there wasn't any of those pop-ups or anything?
Nope.
All right.
Submit. Interesting. Is the cursor supposed to be in the bottom right into the text?
It doesn't matter. It should work with or without the cursor there. If you click on your character sheet, if you click on the basic info button under the character sheet tab.
Character sheet. Basic info.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you have in your? Do you have anything in your name field there?
Holy shit! He rolled
Hold on.
something.
That was the willpower. I'm just trying to make sure something works. Okay, so the willpower thing works.
Yeah. So in the name field on the to the left of willpower.
Let's do that. That's not a bad idea.
Put in Colburn.
Right. Yep. Okay. Boop. Got a name.
Beautiful. So try rolling your will again.
Yeah. Okay, the will is rocking out.
All right.
Nice.
So go back to your skill tab, and just try any skill you wish.
Yeah. What the?
No. What's going on? What have you done, Tim?
I sat near a computer.
Reboot. Reboot.
Computers.
Computers are not Tim's friend.
No. Yep, so that's working for me.
All right.
Willpower is working, but not the other tabs. So I'm wondering if there's something funky.
I think the best job for Tim would be to be one of those guys who tries to break programs when they come up with it, like to look for bugs.
Has anyone seen Good Omens? I would be the guy from Good Omens.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. I have another crazy idea.
Close out of Roll20 and then log back in.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Let's.
I like it.
Well, the
I've
fact that
done
was
that many
working for you
times.
previously.
It,
So,
Yep, no issues at all. Let's see.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. I'm going to hit the restroom while you help Tim make his character go.
Mhm.
Launch.
Where from, Tim?
We're back. Timmy. Character sheet. I wonder if it's just not letting me do any of the learned ones. Let me slap 10 in a learned one. Let's try that.
Oh, okay. So, do you actually have a value in your learn under the basic info tab?
Basic info tab.
So underneath
no,
willpower,
it's currently at 0.
that'll be why it's not working.
So I need to put a 10 there. Good, Pete. So
Now-
damn smart. All right.
Now try rolling one of your learn ones.
See,
Ta-da.
take a check in your learn.
Goddamn genius. All right.
I hadn't realized you were just rolling all the learn ones. I thought you were rolling some of your non-learn ones, but that makes a lot of sense now.
Yep.
So where are you from, Tim?
Chicago.
Oh, you're another Chicago guy.
Yep. One of the original Swamp House.
You all seem to be coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, isn't
Did it work?
Yep, we worked it out.
Thank God. I was worried that Tim had found a new black hole or something. Anyway,
We didn't put any points into the learn field in the stats, the basic info.
So when trying to roll learn because it was referencing a null field.
Makes sense.
So if you have another new player one day,
make sure you fill out your basic info.
Basic info.
Fair enough. Okay. So nobody knows who that thing, but the by the way, the Mr. Clarence is sitting on the edge of his seat, and he says, "So, do you have any questions that I may be able to help with? I'm not sure what information would be useful for you."
I look over to Joshua.
You mentioned that, or the baronet mentioned that he was associating with some undesirables in the archaeology. Do you know who these undesirables were?
The talk was that he had been seen with theater people. Yes, Westmead and Delphinian traders, although I can offer no definite names in this regard. He was believed to have begun frequenting salons and music halls of dubious repute in these slums, and also attending gatherings and private parties on the fringes of society, generally considered to be unwise for someone of his station.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you receive this letter here at the place?
Yes.
You guys have cameras or anything?
What is a camera?
19th century, sir.
No, sorry.
wrong place, wrong time. No. You keep asking. They don't keep asking questions, but
it
was a good question. It was a good question if we were somewhere else. But yes.
Good sandwich.
Well, actually, that is actually a valid question that Tommy asked. So I understand I believe there are cameras that exist now. Are there any images? Yes, like a box camera. Is there any images of Arthur that you have?
Probably in his apartment. I do not have any on me. I'm sorry.
These are incredibly well-to-do people in theory.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know
So
that.
where are the family portraits?
Yeah.
Hanging, there should be several pictures of him in his
Apartment.
apartment. Yes.
Certainly.
Not traditionally, parents have photos. Is there that much of a divide that the family photos have come off of the walls at the estate?
No, if you want, I could. He looks very uncertain. Travel back to the estate and. But
I
the
quickly
painting,
look around the room I'm in. Wait,
We're at a club. We're at a gentleman's club.
right.
We're not
Never
at
mind.
the estate. It occurred to me where you were going with that.
Here, Colburn, have
No,
another
no,
sandwich. It's good stuff.
When I get done filling up, I put sandwiches in my fucking pockets. There will be no food left on the table.
You go, boy. You go, boy.
All right. So
the painting is rather large, though, says the lawyer, still stuck on that.
certainly. Anyway, yeah. Don't worry about that. If it comes to the fact that we are unable to find an image of him at the apartment, then we will potentially visit the estate to have a look at a painting or something.
Very good.
I'm not familiar with the baronet's wife. Was she also a leopard?
The baronet. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. He says, looking very blank.
I'm trying to establish if Arthur took after his father or after his mother.
Oh yes, he takes after his father in appearance, if that's what you mean.
Yes, that's what I mean. Thank you.
I thought you meant Arthur's wife.
Oh no, is Arthur married? Is he?
No, he is not married and was not courting anyone in any serious way, nor had he been for quite some time. We are aware of a cryptic reference to Arthur meeting a lady of whom he had become enamored in his last letter to his father, but he roomed alone and maintained no personal servants, considering his home to be the family's holdings.
Depending on what we find. Do you have the letter? Do you by chance have the letters, the correspondence of Arthur to his father?
No, but it does not contain any information that his father deemed appropriate.
Appropriate, certainly. Damn ants. All right. And was he on a stipend?
He was well provided for with a private income of some scores of gold a year, the proceeds of stocks and bonds in his name, as well as a sizable bequest in his late mother's will. Disturbingly, Arthur appears to have drawn greatly upon his savings and credit in the last few weeks, in a series of cash withdrawals to the sum of over 200 gold for no obvious gain nor purchase.
And you're not aware of any further transactions on the account, on Arthur's accounts?
No. I will keep an eye on them, though.
Thank you.
He looks attentive and waits for more questions.
All right. And do you wish us to liaise with yourself on our findings? How often would you care to be updated?
When you have news or something, I don't know how these things work. We've never had to deal with anything like this.
Of course. It will depend on what we find and whether or not, depending on where it leads us to, if it's things that are local or if we need to travel, etc. But I suppose if we find anything important or anything largest, we will let you know.
We have not been informed of him leaving the city, although it is a very large city.
Mm-hmm. You've spoken to the Blue Guards, have you?
We would have been notified.
Of course,
His father deals with various import and export matters on a regular basis.
And the baronet, he is established here in San Angeles.
Very well established.
Yes.
But
Does the baronet just on the off chance, does the Baronet have any enemies that may wish to cause him embarrassment or harm due to his interests? Is he competing with anyone?
The Baronet is constantly dealing with various things, but I am not aware of anything that would cause somebody to strike upon his son.
Of course.
Thinking of that, I don't even believe that Arthur had any enemies. As you may have heard, he is a very likable young man with many friends, although our own inquiries did reveal he had a falling out 4 weeks ago with one of his oldest friends, Peter Blaylock, a few weeks ago. Perhaps you know him?
The name does not ring any bells.
Mr. Blaylock apparently is unwell at present, and we are unable to reach him directly, although I do have his address if you'd like to look into that matter further.
Certainly.
He provides it. You now have Peter Blaylock's address.
And is Peter Blaylock of the... All right, so it's spelled slightly differently. Of the theatre, or is he more a friend from...
Shocked, like, to suggest such a thing, it's kind of like saying, no, is he a rent boy?
Well, I don't, because of the friendship they had, whether or not Peter followed in Arthur's steps and had fallen in with the theatre crowd.
Oh, I see what you mean. I must have misunderstood. Give me empathy rolls.
Empathy. Yes. Well done.
Success.
You guys are all thinking that he is still a bit scandalized that you should suggest that one of Arthur's oldest friends was a theater person.
Well, yes, you did say he was associating with theatre people. So
he looks at Bargain Man, who's whistling for some reason. He fidgets a bit.
All right. I don't believe. So I was just trying to find a name. There it
I'm
is.
thinking those are all the notes he's taken just from this session.
No. Did the Baronet have any? Nice. Did the Baronet have any dealings with Mr. Krill